All right, Instagram. This has been the statement that has been waited for by myself.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power, and I've got a couple interesting stories for you guys today. Now, unfortunately, it's been kind of a bad week for bodybuilding. A lot of negative news coming out this week, and it seems to be kind of endless. And it's certainly been a bad week for Jeremy Buendia, with several stories coming out about Jeremy. Now, of course, we had the Sean Roden situation. We also had the Neil Hill versus William Bonac situation. We've got this Jeremy Buendia situation. There's a situation with Nathan Asha. Just overall, a lot of just bad news and bad publicity for bodybuilding. So let's get started with this first story here. So Jeremy Buendia, this is something that I've been hearing rumors about and I've seen comments about for a very long time. People calling Jeremy Buendia a woman beater, calling him abusive, et cetera, et cetera. I've seen these rumors for probably a year or two now, but I never really saw any evidence to support it. It was mostly just people talking shit online, to be honest with you guys. And I've had a few DM conversations with Jeremy. He seemed like an all right guy. So I always tend to assume the best in people, but this past week, it really looks pretty bad for Jeremy. So the first thing that happened is Jeremy was essentially fired by one of his sponsors here, Steel Supplements. So all of this stuff is stemming from accusations of domestic violence and basically abuse of his girlfriend, this girl named Hilda, but we'll get to that in a minute. So Steel put out this statement. As an organization, Steel Supplements, Inc. treats allegations of violence of any kind with all due and necessary seriousness. Conduct inconsistent with Steel policies and standards of behavior are treated with the utmost earnestness and gravity that such allegations demand. As such, upon careful review of the recent allegations and circumstances, Steel will sever its relationship with Mr. Jeremy Buendia. At such time as further information becomes available through appropriate legal sources, Steel will take appropriate actions. Steel is committed to positively contributing to humanity and the fitness community on a mental, physical, and emotional level. Signed, Jason Hudd, the Steel founder and CEO. So this all really began with some interviews done by Kenny KO, first interviewing a former best friend of Jeremy Buendia's named Jordani, and then interviewing a former girlfriend of Jeremy Buendia's named Hilda. Now, most of these allegations are coming from Hilda, and the reason why it's worth covering now is because Hilda posted something that I've never seen before, and that is some actual evidence of these allegations. So like I said before, when I was hearing rumors of this, I never saw any actual documents or anything legal to kind of back this up. But on her Instagram, Hilda posted basically screenshots of the entire police report, where essentially it's a pretty long report, but I'm going to sum it up for you guys. It basically talks about the altercation between Hilda and Jeremy, why the police were called. And basically the police officer in this report does identify Jeremy Buendia as the aggressor in the situation. The officer says he notices some suspicious circumstances, like some damaged things in the residence that might indicate an altercation. He goes on to say that while he is interviewing Hilda, Jeremy is blowing up her phone and kind of acting crazy. Then he goes on to say at the end of the police report here that he actually contacted Human Options, which is a shelter service for victims of domestic violence. So apparently, according to this report, this officer did believe that there was some domestic violence happening here and that Jeremy Buendia was the aggressor, and actually reached out to a shelter service for this girl so she would have somewhere safe to stay because she wasn't going to be staying with Buendia anymore. So that police report is kind of a game changer to me, because now it doesn't really seem like these are just accusations or allegations. This is something that, the police were actually involved, and the police actually took the side of the victim here. And not only did she post this police report, she posted like a long text message rant from Jeremy Buendia, kind of trying to show, I guess, his crazy side, I guess you could call it. She also posted a series of pictures of bruises and cuts and scrapes with the dates still on them from around the time of this police report. She posted recent text messages from Jeremy Buendia trying to blackmail her with, I guess, a video of them being intimate. So this girl, I guess for whatever reason, she was kind of afraid of Jeremy Buendia. Now all of a sudden she's not afraid, and she's posting basically all the evidence that she has. I mean, the fact that she took pictures back then, there's a police report back then, she saved the text messages. It's just not looking good for Jeremy Buendia. And then in addition to all of this, recently a video came out of Jeremy Buendia getting in a fight, I guess at a nightclub or a bar or something of that nature. This little CCTV video here, I'm going to roll that clip for you guys right here.
This is the guy. This is the one that started outside. He attacked us. He sucker punched him. This is the bald guy. Trying to break it up. These are the two that just hit him. And the bald guy just starts hitting Jeremy in the head.
I gotta watch what I.
So I'm not entirely sure what the context is for this fight, other than just to kind of, I guess, damage Jeremy Buendia's credibility. But I've also heard, and you guys can confirm if this is true or not, that I guess Jeremy, this is something that someone has told me that is close to Jeremy, has had some kind of public freakouts at some NPC shows in California. And this person claims that Jeremy is actually banned from all NPC shows in California, which is a very interesting thing. The fact that Jeremy Buendia is a 4-time Mr. Olympia being banned from NPC shows, that's pretty newsworthy if that's true. And a lot of people were also complaining, I've seen this in the comment sections of some videos and some Instagram posts, that the Sean Roden thing is kind of overshadowing this Jeremy Buendia thing when there's a lot of evidence and a lot of public outcry about these accusations against Jeremy, who is also a Mr. Olympia, and the IFBB or the Mr. Olympia itself hasn't put out a statement about it. And they put out a statement about Sean when there was, I guess you could say, less publicly available evidence. Now, to my knowledge, there are no current pending charges against Jeremy in this situation as far as domestic violence is concerned. So that could be the reason why. But I'm pretty sure all this information coming out publicly, I'm pretty sure this girl is planning on pressing charges against Jeremy. So very unfortunate news, very sad situation. And I really hate it if it's true. I mean, domestic violence is one of the worst situations that a person can be in. And it really does suck if it's true to see someone in a position of power with a big following, a position of influence like Jeremy Buendia has. It really sucks if it's true to see someone like him participating in this kind of behavior. But hopefully, the truth will come out and we'll know who's telling the truth in this situation. Maybe it'll go to court, whatever the case is. It's just, it sucks to hear this story.
All right, Instagram. This has been the statement that has been waited for by myself. I'm not going to talk too long. First and foremost, I want to apologize to my fans and followers and my sponsors for having to go through such a tough time with me and dealing with everything that's been brought upon social media. I'm here to take full responsibility for the things I know I have issues with, I know I have problems with. I'm not here to deny them. I'm not here to minimize, the problems I have with my anger and my temper. And it is something that I know I need help with, and something that I will be actively seeking help with, probably starting tomorrow. With that being said, there were a lot of allegations that have been put out upon my name by certain individuals that decided to take it upon themselves to tell the world about all of my demons. And they are demons in what they are. And with that being said, there's a lot of accusations that are just accusations. I've never, ever been convicted of any domestic violence toward a woman. I've never hit a woman in any shape, way, or form, or hurt a woman. And I want to make that very clear. In regards to the way I have spoken to women in the past, I have a very, very bad problem with that. And that is something that I'm going to be actively working on. And I take it very seriously, and it's something that I know I am very wrong for. And with that being said, I'll be taking time off from Instagram and seeking anger management and counseling. And we've also decided to take time away from my sponsors, as this time is a tough time for us all. And with all the hateful comments and defamation I'm receiving, it doesn't look good for the brands that I'm with. And I have a lot of respect for the owners of these brands as well as the athletes. And I don't want any negative light to be put upon them. This is stuff that I take full responsibility for, and I have been seeking legal action, and that is why I haven't spoken up until now, up until this point, because with certain individuals, there has been a lot of defamation and a lot of lies that have been put out about my name. And for me as a professional, I try to handle that as professionally as possible, as I'm continuing to do so. And that is why this is all I can speak on right now. And for those
So in related news, this is about Nathan DeAsha. So a lot of people have been reporting on this story. The headline on devonlive.com, which is the first website where I saw this story, Britain's top bodybuilder Nathan DeAsha admits to supplying steroids in Devon. So this is a story I believe we mentioned in a news video months ago, where these charges were first brought against Nathan DeAsha, and he had to appear in court several months ago. But I guess he pleaded guilty here and admitted to supplying steroids. So it says, Liverpool-based Nathan DeAsha, who performs with the nickname The Prophecy, sent a package of Class C drugs through the post to a gym in North Devon in 2017. The steroids were found when police raided the Pain and Gain gym in Barnstaple in August of 2017 while investigating an unrelated drugs case. A sender's address on the package led officers to alert colleagues in Liverpool, where DeAsha runs his own bodybuilding studio. DeAsha, age 33, became Britain's top bodybuilder when he won the British Grand Prix held at Watford on June 30th this year, and is expected to compete for the Mr. Olympia world title in Las Vegas in September. He is rated in the top 15 professional bodybuilders in the world and has won the Lou Ferrigno Classic in 2016. He went on to win the California Pro and the New York Pro competitions last year. The bodybuilder is the director of Prophecy Performance Center, a gym in Viscount Centre in Liverpool with registered offices in the city's famous Penny Lane. DeAsha of Grange Lane, Gateacre, Liverpool, appeared at Exeter Crown Court by video link from Liverpool Crown Court on Friday. He pleaded guilty to a single count of being concerned in the supply of Class C steroids between March 1st and August 24th, 2017. Judge David Evans adjourned his sentence until after the trial of the owners of Pain and Gain Gym, which is due to take place next week at Exeter Crown Court. He released DeAsha on bail and ordered a probation pre-sentence report. He said, "I'll need to let Mr. DeAsha know all the options, including custody, will remain open." So this is an interesting one, and I guess the actual outcome of this case is pending the result of the main case, which we talked about in the previous video. There's two people who own the gym that are really the primary focus of this case. So I guess this is pending the outcome of that. But the big question here is Nathan DeAsha going to be able to compete in the Olympia? Is the Olympia or the IFBB going to react to this the same way they reacted to Sean Roden? Now, granted, these charges aren't nearly as severe as what we have with Sean Roden, but they're still pretty big charges. And the fact that Nathan DeAsha is out on bail right now, might the Olympia want to save some more face and not let him compete at the Olympia? It's an interesting story. And it would be interesting if they did, in fact, ban him from competing, because I think Nathan is going to be one of the top 6 guys at the Olympia this year, to be honest with you. I think Nathan, in this lineup that seems to be wide open this year, Nathan is certainly a threat to that top 6. If he does compete, I would probably bet money that he places in the top 6 at this year's Olympia. So if he is not allowed to compete, the Olympia would just be wide open. The top 6 would be completely blown wide open if Nathan DeAsha is not allowed to compete at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. So it's a very interesting time in bodybuilding right now. I will keep you guys posted as more information on both of these stories comes out. So make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already. As always, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.